Ladies and gentlemen, I have a confession to make. You might want to sit down for this because I don't know how you're gonna handle it when I say this, but I like Sonic Racing CrossWorlds more than Mario Kart World. What? Sorry to all the Mario Kart fans out there, but it had to be said. But now that I got that out of the way, it's true. Over the weekend, I played the open network test for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and honestly, I was not expecting to enjoy this game as much as I did with Mario Kart World, or even the first beta network test that went live back in late February. Even though this is just a beta and we have yet to get the full game later this month, I feel like there was more content here than in Mario Kart World. I honestly don't know how Mario Kart World is going to reach CrossWorlds' level of popularity and replay value. Keep that in mind, CrossWorlds already has a lineup of DLC characters and courses, and again, that game is not even out yet. Mario Kart World, on the other hand, has been out for almost 3 months, and we still haven't gotten any confirmation for future DLC, which honestly really sucks if you take a look at the price of the game. But I didn't make the rest of this video to compare Sonic CrossWorlds to Mario Kart World. I'm just here to talk about my experience with the open network test. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. When I played the first beta back in February, I think I put about, I want to say, an hour and a half, and then just called it a day. Yeah, I definitely did not have my best first impression on that game. But the second beta, oh, it was just so much better. For the open network test, you've got access to one Grand Prix Cup, and the rest of the content takes place online. They even had the Joker event during the weekend, which is pretty cool. And what I really love about the Grand Prix mode, and I'm sure I can say this for a lot of other players, is the character interactions. And I really love how each one differs based on which character you play as, and which character is assigned to you as your rival. And then we got the online mode, which is pretty self-explanatory. You're put in the lobby with other players worldwide, and not to mention that this game also has crossplay, which is really fucking awesome. And I really love how rewarding the online mode is. You get this badge on your username indicating which rank you're in. You start off with E rank, and your rank increases the more online races you play. But that's just not the ranking badges you earn while you play online. You also earn these tickets that you can use to buy parts for your vehicles, and decals, and a bunch of other like paints, colors, and stuff, what the fuck, which gives you more reasons to keep playing online. And it's true, I poured multiple fucking hours into online mode. And do I regret it? Fuck no. I got to play some new tracks that weren't presented in the first beta. My favorite tracks gotta be Coconut Mall and Wonder Museum, but that is just the appetizer for what's about to come on September 25th. I even got to try out the Extreme Gear for the first time, and honestly, I loved it. I thought that the Extreme Gear was gonna feel the same as the kart, but thankfully that's not the case. To me, the Extreme Gear just feels much more fluid, while the karts just feel kinda heavy to me. But that's just something I need to get used to, I guess. The Extreme Gear doesn't control the same as they do in the Sonic Riders games, but honestly, I don't really have any issues at all with this. I might be a bit biased when I say this because I haven't played too much of the Sonic Riders games to get a better understanding on how the controls work. And this game also has the gadgets, and you can equip them in different presets for your vehicles, which are used to change up the moveset and increase your rank count. The gadget system is definitely my favorite part of this game, with how experimental it is to try out sets to see what works for you and see what don't work for you. My only issue that I had with the network test, and this is a very minor complaint, is that the Joker event that took place on Sunday, basically how the event works is that in the online mode, the lobby is split up into teams of 3, and that's pretty much it, I guess. And there's not really an option to switch back to a regular online mode, so you're practically forced to play the event if you want to play online. If you didn't know this about me, actually I guarantee you none of you do, I don't really like team incentives when it comes to kart racing games. I just think the aspect of players being split into teams just feels less competitive to me. But this is just a network test, so I have no doubt that this will be a problem in the final game. And honestly, I find it kind of weird that in the game they made an event based off the Persona series, when they could have just done an event for Miku instead, since her birthday took place on that same date. Kind of an oddball from Sega, if you ask me. Now, I would talk more about this game, but I'd prefer to wait until the final game officially comes out in stores, so that I can just make one big video just yapping as much as I can. But overall, this open network test took me by surprise with how good it was, and I have no doubt that the full game will be even better. I remember when they first teased the game last December during the Game Awards, and it was exciting. However, I was not one of those people that were very hyped during the announcement, mainly because I didn't play much of the Sonic Racing titles in the past. I was more excited that the Sonic Racing series was getting another entry, rather than being excited for the game itself, stuff, if that makes sense to you. And when I played the first beta, I honestly wasn't that impressed either. But when more of the trailers rolled out, revealing more tracks, more music, and the DLC waves, and to top it all off, playing the second open network test, I am confident to say that I am a lot more excited now than when I was back in February. And I have faith that this game will succeed extremely well once it releases. Just try not to pay attention to the pricing. And once it does, expect my full game review on Sonic Racing Crossworlds. And hope you all enjoyed my preview. Yeah, I guess you can call it that. My preview on Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and if you did, feel free to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so that you'll get notified when I upload. And feel free to comment below if you played the beta, or if you're going to be planning on buying Sonic Racing Crossworlds once it comes out. And that's pretty much all I got for today. Until next time, bye-bye.